Hello everyone. This video is not gonna be so much about the care for goldfish, what food to give them and so on. That's pretty straightforward, pretty much anyone can figure that out. Instead I just wanted to make a video about probably the main reason why people release goldfish into the wild. Their size. Well, before I get into that, I just need to tell you a short story. Back about maybe 6 months ago, during the height of the last pandemic wave here in Bulgaria, where I live, I spent way too much time just lying in bed watching videos on YouTube. And I eventually came across this channel that was it was about creating small ecosystems in jars. And I was super fascinated by this, and I wanted to try it for myself. I talked about it with my friends. They did not really get the whole point, and they just said, hey, why don't you just get an aquarium? Which isn't really the same thing, but never mind. I eventually forgot about the whole thing, and then for my birthday, a few weeks later, I came to my friend's place and they gave me a goldfish. And very long story short, I got super mad at them because it felt like a really irresponsible thing to do. And we had a huge fight about it, and eventually they got mad at me because I was mad at them. And I'm not saying that it almost broke our friendship, but we have never had a fight like that. And eventually I just realized, okay, we are fighting about the fish. This is not worth it. So I just accepted it and said I'm sorry, and because deep down I know that it was well meant. My point is that I did not buy this goldfish for myself, and I was contemplating over and over again if I just should bring it back to the store where they bought it. But it also felt like it just felt like I would insult my friends even more if I actually asked them where they bought it and so I could bring it back. And to be honest, I'm not even sure if the store would accept it if I brought it back. I have no idea. Anyhow, that morning, after my birthday, I woke up and I was so mad about the whole thing. And the goldfish was just in this tiny little bowl. And here's the thing: the people at the store had told my friends, "Hey, it cannot live in a bowl. It's way too big. It's gonna outgrow it. It's not a good situation for the fish." They knew that when they bought it, but I just don't think they did not do any research whatsoever, and they just didn't realize what they were doing. That's just the honest thing to say. So, at some point, I unpacked my computer. I started working because I'm working from home, like so many people do, and during lunch, I came in to my room and I just saw that the fish had pooped everywhere in the bowl. It was just swimming around in its own poop, and it was just disgusting. And I felt so bad for it. And so during my lunch, I just went out and just bought an aquarium. I didn't have time to do any research. I just went into the store, bought something, and turned out it was way too small. And it was like 30 liters, something like that. And it super quickly outgrew it, and I also started noticing fairly early on this really stressed behavior. The fish would attack the glass, it would attack the pump, it would it was just super obvious that it was not comfortable, it was stressed, and it just needed a bigger tank. It was just pretty obvious from the very beginning. So now, this tank, it's 70 liters. I think that's like 18 gallons. And she has just had this tank for a couple of months. And she has started to outgrow it again. And again, I'm starting to notice all these stress behaviors. She's attacking the glass. She's just doing all kinds of weird stuff. And it just brings me to tears every time I hear that sound of her attacking the glass. It just breaks my heart. So I know that for a fancy goldfish, I think you need like something like 20 gallons as a minimum, but that's not. And this is 18, so it's like, but still, no sane person would have that approach to things. Like, you wouldn't just buy a dog and and just give them the absolute minimum amount of food that it needs to survive. That would be insane. No, you want to give it treats, you want to spoil it, you want to take good care of it. And I feel the same way about this fish, even though it's kind of frustrating, and it's kind of it's not so much about the money, even though yes, that aquarium is going to be crazy expensive. Pretty much everything that I normally would put aside for this month and probably the next, it's going to go into buying another aquarium. And it's going to be, I don't know, 40 gallons, what's that? 160 liters. That will hopefully be enough. I really hope, because honestly I don't really know what to do otherwise. And the main issue personally is more that I don't have a car. I don't really know how to transport an aquarium that size. This was like this one that you can see here. That's like the upper size of what I recently can move on my own. But if it's gonna be twice the size of this one, something like that. And I just don't know how I can move that on my own. But I will figure it out. I just wanted to show the current size of the aquarium and just explain that, hey, even this, which is just a fairly decent sized aquarium, that's not enough. And right now it's on its own. That's not really good either. So I of course want to have like a friend for it, something like that. But I just wanted to make this video and just show that, yeah, even this aquarium isn't enough. It's gonna need a huge aquarium. And I totally understand why people just let them out into the wild, and of course you cannot do that. That's horrible for so many reasons. But I understand. It's not gonna happen. I'm gonna have to buy the aquarium. I'm gonna do that. But I just wanted to show that perhaps a goldfish isn't a good idea for a lot of people. If you are the right person for a goldfish, awesome. But yeah, a lot of people would buy one and they just do not realize how big they get. And this is a fancy goldfish. Like the common ones, they get even bigger. So if you just want a fish in a tank, just buy something smaller, like something more reasonable, something more manageable. And if this video even was helpful for anyone out there, awesome. Because you probably should think twice before buying goldfish. Yeah, that's all. That's all I have to say about this. I hope you're having a great day, and thank you so much for watching.